Hi everyone, today I'm going to show you something very simple and delicious, and it is polenta. I'm going to mark on the side of the video how you can make a simple recipe, but the way I do it is very easy also. Number one, as you can see, I'm adding some delicious fresh herbs. I am adding fresh thyme to this polenta, and what I'm going to do is also add cold water. If you add polenta to boiling water, you're going to tend to get lots of lumps, but over time and years of making polenta, I found if you add cold water to your polenta, stir it up, and then put it on the burner, it just doesn't make any lumps whatsoever. And what I do is, as it's cooking, I just keep adding water and just tasting the polenta. You can see when it starts cooking on you, but just add water slowly, like you would do risotto. But again, if you don't want to go this way, I will mark for you on the side of this video how to make a simple polenta, and you can also add the fresh herbs later on at the end. When you're just about to cook it, you could also add the herbs then. But the way I do it is very easy, and you'll see as I'm preparing my dish how simple it is to make this polenta. As you see, right now I'm adding some cold water to my polenta flour, and I'm using kind of a fine grain polenta, but very easy. Cold water, mix it, nothing clogs, nothing, you don't get any lumps whatsoever, and then it goes over to the burner. I do put it on high, and when my polenta starts boiling, I lower it to a very low temperature. I'm adding some salt now, but you will see later on I'll just keep adding salt to my polenta until I like how salty my polenta is. As I'm doing my recipe, I season it to taste. Just by sitting on the counter, you can see the polenta is already swelling up, and you're going to know for sure that you're going to need more water. Okay, so at this point we're going to put it on the stove, and we're going to put it on high, and we're going to bring it to a boil. As soon as you see it boil, you want to lower it to the lowest setting possible, and you're going to put your lid back onto your pot, and you're going to let it cook slowly, and once in a while we're going to mix it. But meanwhile, start cutting up what we're going to put on top of our polenta. Today I decided I was going to make a beautiful leek to put on top of our polenta. So right now I'm going to cut this, wash it, and I am going to start chopping it up to cook. And as you see, I don't throw away the bottom of the leek. I am going to put that in a little bowl with water, and we're going to start making some vegetables out of our scraps. So leeks, it's important that you wash the leek once you cut it, because you will find a lot of sand in your leek, especially around the top part where the greens are. But very easy to wash. I put everything. I don't just put the white part of the leek. I also put the dark part of the leek. I've washed the leek and put that aside for now. But I will have some hot water ready for me, because I'm making my polenta like a risotto. You don't want to add cold water to your already hot polenta that's cooking. Do have a kettle with hot water in it, so when you add it, it doesn't lower the temperature of your polenta, so it always has a nice steady heat going on. So you do want to have some boiling water on the side, and all you really need is a kettle for that. The polenta is getting nice and thick, and we just put it on a low right now. So we will cover this, because you want to keep everything covered. It's basically going to steam itself. And it is such an easy way to make polenta. It really is. I know it looks complicated, sounds complicated, but it really is not. Okay, so we're going to start cutting up these leeks that I've washed, and size really doesn't matter. I go more for the rustic cut. I hate being precise. And if you notice up on the left hand corner, I will show you the process of adding water to the polenta. As you can see, it's just sitting there on low heat and it's cooking without me having to touch it. I did use a whole package of polenta, but again, you can gauge yourself. If you're making 1 cup, add 3 cups of water, and just check it every once in a while. Mix your polenta and see if you have to add extra water. You'll know when your polenta is ready, trust me. And what I do is once in a while I just taste it to see how grainy it is. The smoother you want it, the longer you want to cook it, but I like it a little grainy but still nice and smooth. Right now I'm freestyling my polenta, so I'm just eyeballing it, and like I said, I just add a little bit of water, and I'm just keep adding water as I need it, like you would a risotto. But otherwise, just follow the 1 cup to 3 cups water and let it come to a boil, then put it to low setting, and then slowly cook that polenta, and every once in a while mix it and just see if you need to add that little extra water for yourself. It's really fun making polenta. And what's good about polenta is that you could make it ahead of time. Once it's cooked, lay it down on a cookie sheet or a container where you can either slice it or cut it up in pieces, and then you can reheat it and you could top it with anything you want. Really easy to make, very versatile, very delicious, cheap to make. This meal costs like a couple of dollars. It really is not expensive. Probably cost me a total of $5, and I'm even stretching that. Very easy to make, and you can feed an army with this. Really, really delicious dish you can make for your family. This is an old dish that Italians made back in Italy when there wasn't a lot of food and they had to feed their family, and it was just perfect. It was something that cost them nothing, and they always had cornmeal on hand. So very easy to make, and like I said, today it's a delicacy. One time it was a necessity food, and today polenta is a delicacy. Not sure if you've ever ordered polenta at a restaurant, but it's not cheap, and you can make this meal for under $5. You know, it really is not expensive. You could feed a large family with it. So I will speed up this video a little bit just so that you don't have to sit here and watch me cook a complete meal, which can take a little longer than you want to sit here and watch me prepare polenta. But like I said, it's very easy to make, and the importance is that you check that polenta as it's cooking. As you see, the water is disappearing and the polenta is getting thicker and it's still way too grainy. You just slowly add extra water. Don't overlog it, a little at a time, and make sure that water is hot, and you're gonna have a perfect polenta in no time at all. If you'd like to see more videos like this where I'm explaining to you by talking rather than seeing it written across the screen, let me know. I know a lot of people don't like to hear these long stretchy videos, but I find that I have so much to tell you and explain why I do what I do in my kitchen. So leave a comment below and let me know if you'd like to see more videos this way, and I will do my best to do so if there is more yes than no. Also be careful when you're mixing that polenta, because as it gets thicker, that polenta is going to start spitting at you. Yes, it does spit. So you have to be very careful when you're mixing your polenta. And this is the beauty of cooking your polenta on a slow heat, because you're able to cook other stuff at the same time rather than standing over that polenta like the old-fashioned way where you got to continuously stir it. Otherwise, you will have Doritos at the end of your pot. So by adding that cold water to start off with and slowly cooking this, you're able to either make a sauce or a stir fry to add over your polenta. In this case, we are adding these large jumbo lima beans that I have. They're so meaty and delicious. But if you don't have those on hand, you could simply use any kind of bean you desire. Always check for salt and always check to see if you want to add other seasonings. And that helps you have a nice smoky taste to your dish. You can also use a smoker if you have. You could put your beans in a smoker, but to make life easy, all you need is a little bit of liquid smoke. I'll put a link for you underneath the video where you can get it, and really not that expensive. And a little bit goes a long way.
Try this.
Yeah, tell me. Okay, I'll add more water here. Can I have the lid? My oh my. So good. Come and taste, Erica. Okay, I'll put this aside. There. So there you go, guys. How simple was this dish? Very easy to make. Very delicious. When I tell you this is delicious, your family will absolutely love it. If you have guests over, surprise them with a beautiful rustic plate of polenta, and I'll tell you, they're gonna love it too. And I'm gonna say thank you for coming by and watching my videos. And don't forget, if you haven't subscribed, subscribe. Click that bell if you want to be notified when I put up some videos. And guess what, guys? I'm gonna say I love you, and I'm gonna see you in my next video.
For more videos like this, make sure to subscribe to Connie's RAWsome Kitchen. Give it a thumbs up and share it with your friends.